My approach is that at a time where everything is available on internet, I want to give a unique experience.
We couldn't understand electronic music without your name. You have influenced the next generations to start producing their own songs, but in your beginnings, who were the artists that influenced you?
Well, they were the early pioneers of house music, like Frankie Knuckles and David Morales, Masters at Work, Eric Murillo, also very much so. Yes, those people, I think what's interesting with music is there's always, everyone brings a little bit of a brick to create the bigger house. We all bring something to the culture. We always take inspiration from someone and bring something additional to it to make it our own style. And for example, in the moment, I started this new sound called future rave that is becoming really a big movement. And I see many DJs that are, producing in that style, and it makes me very happy, to have a cultural impact, basically.
And now you're recognized for being one of the most important DJs and producers, and you have a very amazing shows for all over the world. But do you remember how was your first show?
Well, I have different memories. First, my very first shows, they were at school when I was still a kid. I was 14 years old. I was already doing parties and DJing. Mm. And I would make photocopies to invite people and invite them in the basement of my house. Yes, this is how I started. Even do like weddings and bar mitzvahs and parties for students. And then when I was 17, I started to work in a club.
You were at the last EDC Mexico in March, and it struck me that you reimagined your own songs and mix them with other artists that like Nirvana, Daft Punk, Madonna, The Chemical Brothers, and more. How do you make it all sound so incredible?
Well, the way I view DJing right now, of course, everybody has a different approach. My approach is that at a time where everything is available on internet, I want to give a unique experience. So the music I play, you can only hear in my set. I don't play records that other DJ plays. I don't play records that are on the radio or that are on internet. I make records or remixes or edits especially for the show. And I think this is what, let's say, the superstar DJ concept is going to right now. It's to be able not only to be a producer, but also to produce specifically for the live. That's how I see it.
Well, and recently you launched Let's Love, another collaboration with Sia, and I think it's a huge hit. And it's very interesting that after innovating and being a precursor of EDM, with this song you return to an 80s sound. Why did you choose this sound to launch it in 2020?
This song is about what is happening in the moment with COVID and confinement. And it's about, first, I wanted to make a happy song. because the trend in music was so like moody, dark, depressing music, and everything that we're going through is already so depressing. So I texted Sia. I said, the world needs a happy song. We need to make a happy song. And I felt like the 80s, it was probably the time where the music was those big happy choruses like this. And then I wanted to inspire people, and this song is about going through those difficult times together and not against each other. And I feel like we are going through a moment that is very difficult for everyone, that is showing everyone that we are one, that the concept of frontier doesn't mean anything, because everybody is sick in the same way. And what I see is more and more tension in the world, tension between communities, social tension, because rich people are richer, poor people are poor, tension between countries that are trying to blame each other. So it's a very dangerous moment. And I'm trying to give a message of positivity with this song.
You've been in the music industry for a long time, and you've been seeing a lot of changes, and you've been part of that changes. But do you still thinking the same about electronic music as when you started?
Yes, actually, I feel exactly the same. And that's what's so interesting right now is that, I started when this music was underground. And then the first time I won the top 100 is when I kind of created a new trend, and I made our music cross over to the mainstream by making real song with pop artists, with urban artists, collaborations. And now in the last 1 or 2 years, I did Jag Back, and I did Future Rave with my friend Morton. And I went back to exactly how I was feeling at the beginning, because I felt like EDM became too formatted, too pop. And I decided to take it back to the original feeling that I had when I was playing raves. So that's why I created the Future Rave. So and then on the other side, I can make music that is completely pop. But instead of trying to be in the middle, I really made records that are like really DJ records, and some other records that are completely radio records. But about dance music, yes, I feel very strongly about this. And I think that when everything is going to reopen, dance music is going to rise incredibly, because it's going to be the biggest party year of all time,
After all these years in the music industry, and in a year like this, what do you think was the biggest lesson that the music left you?
It's really that it's about being unique. Every time I had big success was when I was unique. But it's difficult to stay unique for 20 years. So sometimes I'm very inspired and I have a new sound that no one else does, like it's happening right now. And sometimes I don't feel like this, and then I make music that is still quality music, but maybe not as original. And those moments usually are the tough times for me. So really, like, my conclusion, and this is what I can say to someone that is young and wants to do this job, is really about being unique and having your own sound, for sure.
Thank you so much, David, and I hope you stay safe and well.
Bye.
You too.